I love all your tattoos.
Oh, you're such a sweetheart. It's my niggas. You're my niggas forever. All right. Well, I love you, Mom.
I love you more.
She absolutely hates my tattoos. She hates tattoos.
My mom still hates every single tattoo.
What does my mom think? Oh my God, my dad and mom are not the tattoo type.
At first, my whole family was against it.
Dude, I started getting tattooed at 14, and my mom hated me, man. Like,
So my mom is super conservative, Christian, Asian, immigrant family from Korea. She makes me cover up when I go visit her. She doesn't want to see it. She's like in denial of it. She tells me that I look like a Yakuza.
Every time I get a new tattoo, or even an old tattoo, she goes, "Ma quién es esto?" Like she starts talking to me in Italian. Like she's like, what is this? Like, is that a new tattoo? I'm like, Ma, you've seen this one a million times. Even the old ones, I'm like, the new ones, I'm like, Ma, you've seen this one a million times. I don't see nothing. Stop it, you lie.
When I first got that tattoo in a garage, she kind of went, "Oh, honey, what did you do?"
I moved out early, but I still had my clothes at home. So I used to come in and just change or whatnot, go about my day. So every time I come home, I have a new tattoo. And my parents are like, "Oh man, another one, another one, another one." They're like, "Enough already."
Even to this day, every time I get new tattoos, my mom's like, "Another one? Come on."
That every single time I get tattooed, it's, "You're not finished? You're not finished?"
Every time I get a new one, I'm not welcomed in the house. So the first time I got this tattoo here, it was my first visible one. For years, nobody knew I was a tattoo artist, nothing showed, but this was my first visible one. And it was summertime, and she's like, "You're not coming into my house with that tattoo showing. You have to wear a long sleeve." I said, "Mom, no, I'm not."
It was always like a big thing. They're like, Ralph, this is probably not the best thing, and only people who get tattoos, are drug dealers and people who've been to jail, and most of the time they don't do anything with themselves.
Well, I grew up with a couple moms. One mom is a tattoo artist, one mom isn't. The mom that isn't, I think at 73 is finally cool with it.
I remember her being cool with me getting a tattoo before she would let me get my ears pierced, which is kind of like a weird mom thing.
She's okay with it now, but I think in the beginning when I was an apprentice, she had this negative perception of what tattoo artists were about. She thinks of drugs, jail, motorcycles.
My parents absolutely hated the idea that I would go into tattooing because tattooing is illegal in Korea. But I think once they found out that I was successful at it, once they found out oh, she's actually talented, they kind of loosened up a little bit.
But then when my name started to be well known and I started to get on TV, everything was okay. My she's well known, so that's good. She's successful.
My mom at first, she was pretty mad that I was, starting to cover my body with tattoos, but then after this she saw that it's gonna be, my job and my life. She was cool with that.
I started tattooing when I was about 15, and at first she was questionable about it. She was like, you could have done a better job, you could have done a better job, or this could have been doper, take your time. But now she loves my work. I think she's really proud of what I'm doing.
I actually tattooed the first year without my mom knowing and the first 2 years without my dad knowing. But then my dad is a money guy. Then when he saw I was making money, he was cool.
When she saw that I could start making money from that and make it a lucrative career, then I think that kind of, changed her mind into everything. And now she couldn't be more proud, you know what I mean? She's one of the most proudest moms out there.
Now she obviously believes in me. I have a business, successful business that I have in Orlando, and now she fully supports it. She loves all the stuff I do.
Now she loves it. Now it's funny because she always tells me about people she sees in the street. "Oh my God, this person had this tattoo, it was so nice," and she stops people all the time to check out their stuff.
Now, after all these years, they're super proud of me. They're the one my sister is a doctor and I'm the one they show up because of magazines and TV and all that. And they do like the work I do. But my mom is crazy because one day we're having dinner with some people and of course everybody's talking to me and my mom is there. And somebody asked me "So are you gonna get more tattoos?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna I wanna get my neck tattooed." And I'm talking to this person and then I sense some silence and then I hear I'm I turn around and it's my mom crying. I'm like, "What's up?" She's like, "Don't get your neck tattooed." And I'm like, "Dude, really?"
She was really against tattoos at first, but now she's like all the time asking me to get her tattoos, you know. She's every time that I'm in Colombia, when are you gonna do my tattoo? And I'm like, no, because you were mean.
My mom actually really enjoys like the floral, very delicate, more feminine type stuff. But it's kind of funny because she came in and she wanted a tattoo, and what she didn't really tell me is that she kind of wanted ones that like I had already done, like the very fine line, super delicate type stuff. But she just showed me a picture and she goes, I want this. And it was just like a picture of a regular rose, or I don't even know what kind of flower it was. And I ended up doing it and she's like, why is it so dark? Why doesn't it look like the other tattoos that you do? And I was like, this is what you told me you wanted. And she was like, well, I didn't know how I was supposed to get done. I was like, sorry.
I was just on the phone with her on my walk over here, and you know, she knows that I'm here and she's pretty excited, and she's always bugging me to get tattoos. She's always like, oh, can you get this? I want this. I think for her birthday this year, she was like, I want to get another tattoo. I'm like, oh God.
I've been trying to tattoo my mom for years. She's like, I don't get nothing.
Have you tattooed your mom before?
Not yet. Nobody in my family yet.
No, not yet. I think I'm gonna tattoo her this trip to Miami. She's been asking me for a tattoo for like a year, so I think it's time.
Actually, yeah, I tattoo my mom when I go back home once in a while.
I tattooed my mom twice. Once when I was 18, I think, and she was bent over like an ottoman, clutching my little sister's head in her hands while she was screaming through this like 12-minute tattoo experience that was horrible for everybody involved. And then I tattooed her again on her forearm, and that was aforementioned flower that didn't quite turn out the way that she wanted. But she did say that she was down for round 3 and was just gonna kind of let me take the reins and see what happens. So maybe we'll have better luck this time.
My mom supports me with tattoos. Like, she supports me doing them, and she like is my biggest fan, but never. She hates them on me. She hates them on. I tattooed my son. I tattooed my wife and everything like that, my father, and she just, every time she gets so angry. Like, when are you guys gonna finish?
So, just to let you know, you're on camera. Is that okay?
I'm on camera.
Well, yeah, you're.
Oh, no, now I don't have any makeup.
No. Just your voice. Is that okay?
Oh, sure. When he was in school, he won all kinds of awards for his art. Oh, he even went to the Studebaker Mansion, and they just catered to him, and that when he won this one art award. And so, in my heart, I thought, oh, this kid's going to be an architect, you know, because he's so detailed about his work. And so then he came and told me he wanted to be a tattoo artist. And I thought he was kidding at first, but he wasn't. He was very serious. This is what I want to do, Mom. And his dad got him his first tattoo at 14, took him to a biker party, and he got his first tattoo at 14. So he came home from the party, and I said, well, what'd you do, get him a girl too, you know? And, but so I wasn't too happy about that. So then he kept telling me he wanted to be a tattoo artist, and I said, oh, son, you know, you are so talented, you could be an architect or do anything you want to do. And he comes to me and he says, Mom, I'm going to go to Chicago, and within 5 years, I'm going to have my own tattoo shop. And I said, Pony, you'll be lucky to pay your own rent in Chicago. For heaven's sakes, you are not being realistic here. You know, he goes, nope, I'm going to have my own shop within 5 years. And so I was really concerned. He went to Chicago on his own. This kid, well, he's not a kid anymore. This kid never asked me for a penny, not a penny. He did everything on his own. He was so driven. At 5 years, almost to the day, he opened up his own shop. And I just couldn't be more proud of him because he was so determined, so zoned in, and just full of energy and not going to let anything stop him from his goals. And he just kept getting better. I'm totally blown away at the knowledge that he has gotten in these past years. I mean, he's literally critiquing other people, and yet he does it with diplomacy. He doesn't degrade them. He's such an awesome guy. I know I'm his mom, and I'm not gonna say that stuff, but he really is a good soul. He's just good-hearted and well, let's see. I just think it's a gift that he was born to do, you know? I think that was it.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Mom.
I hope I did okay. You know?
And most definitely. Absolutely. You're amazing.
Well, I love you so much, and keep me updated, son, on what's going with this, okay?
I will do. Thank you so much for answering the call. I appreciate it. I'll call you in a bit.
Oh, sure. All right, honey, love you.
All right, love you
Take
too.
care.
Bye.
Be safe, stay healthy.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.